Welcome to SB Union High School and Junior College. Now we are going to see to Introduction to C++ Programming. We can say C++ is the object-oriented programming. So abbreviation for it as OOP, that is OOPS. OOPS is used for many modern programs. Now, program is viewed as interacting objects. Each object contains algorithms to describe its behavior. Program design phase involves designing objects and their algorithms. OOPS characteristics. Because of these different characteristics, C++ or OOPS becomes the more powerful programming language. So we will see the different characteristics. First, encapsulation. So what is it? It is information hiding. Second, objects contain their own data and algorithms. Next characteristics, inheritance. Writing reusable code. Objects can inherit characteristics from other objects. Next, polymorphism. It is a single name can have multiple meanings depending on its context. Now, what is a C++ and where did it come from? It is come from the C language. We know that it is the basic programming language. C was derived from the B language and B was derived from the BCPL language. So it is how the C++ comes from the different programming language. Then why the plus plus? The plus plus is an operator in C++ and it results in a cute pun. Now we will see the history of C++ programming. C++ is a multi-paradigm programming language that supports object-oriented programming. It created by Bjarne Stroustrup in 1983 at Bell Labs. C++ is an extension of C programming and the programs written in C language can run in C++ compiler. Okay, so it is developed by the Bjarne Stroustrup in 1983. We can say it is a extension of C programming, means it having the concept of the C as well as the advanced concept of its own, that is a C++ language. And whatever the programming we are going to run for the C, same we can run in a C++ compiler. The development of C++ actually began 4 years before it releases in 1979. Means what? It takes 4 years to develop that C++ programming language. It did not start with the name C++ at the first. Its first name was C with classes. The late part of 1983, C with classes was first used for AT&T's internal programming needs. Its name was changed to C++ later in the same year. Okay. It is of course also used in a wide range of other application domains. Notable graphics programming. C++ supports inheritance through class derivation. Dynamic binding is provided by virtual class function. So these are the different characteristics of the C++ that we are going to learn in deep in next part. This is the just introductory part of the different characteristic of the C++. Now we will see the difference between C and the C++. So first C. C is procedural language and in C++ it is non-procedural, that is object oriented language. So what is a procedural language? We write the code in a form of procedure, but in a C++ we write code by using the objects. Second, top-down approach is used in program design in C language, but in a C++ bottom-up approach adopted in program design. Third point, in C, multiple declaration of global variables are allowed. We can declare multiple variables in a C language, but in a C++ it is not allowed to declare the multiple global variables. Okay. In C, C requires all the variables to be defined at the starting of the scope. Means whatever the variable you are going to use in a program, that should be declared at the beginning of the scope. But in a C++, you can declare the variables anywhere in the scope, that is at time of its first use. For example, if you write the for loop in a C++, at that time you can write int I is equals to 0. So initialization and declaration of the variable takes place at the beginning for the for loop. So anywhere you can declare the variable. In a C, malloc and calloc functions are used for memory allocation and free function for memory deallocating. So allocation and the deallocation will be done by using these two functions in a C. In C++, we have two operators, that is new and delete operators are used for memory allocating and deallocating. So these are the basic concepts through which we can differentiate C language from the C++ language. Now we are going to see the uses of C++ language. First, C++ is used by programmers to develop computer software. So by using this language you can develop the software. Second, it is used to create general system software. So system software is also developed by using the C++ language. Third, it is used to build drivers for various computer devices. So for whatever the drivers means what? These are the softwares also. So whatever the devices are there for the computer, to run that devices we require the drivers, means softwares. These are also made by using the C++ language. Next, software for servers and software for specific application, means server software and the any application we can do or create by using the C++ language. Next, it is used in creation of video games. So you can develop the video games by using the C++ language. So from this we can say that every type of the software can make by using the C++ language. Now there are the different advantages of C++. First, C++ is relatively low level and is a system programming language. So it is a system programming language. Second, it has a large community. So because of the large community, it is the advantageous. Next, it has a relatively clear and mature standard. Okay. Next, modularity. Okay, we follow the modularity while developing the C++ programs. Next, reusability and readability. So these are the different advantages through which the C++ become the powerful language. Now there are the some disadvantages of C++, in which first, data is global or local. Second, it emphasis on instruction but not on data. So emphasis is given on instruction. Next, it can be generally heavy if not careful. Means if you are not taking the care while writing the programs, it becomes the heavy programs. Next, data is global and global data does not have security. Of course, as it is a global, it can be accessed anywhere, so no security is provided. There are the standard libraries. The C++ standard library can be categorized into two parts. First, the standard function library. So what is this? This library consists of general purpose stand-alone functions that are not part of any class. The function library is inherited from C. Okay, so whatever the libraries are present in a C, that also present in a C++, or whatever comes, that also includes some part of the C. Second, the object oriented class library. This is a collection of classes and associated functions. Standard C++ library incorporates all the standard C libraries also, as I said, with small additions and change to support type safety. Okay, so it also consists of the some characteristic of the C which also present in a C++. Now we are going to see the basic structure of C++, that is a C++ program. So when we are going to write the program, these are the basic concepts. First, we have to write the header file declaration section. After that, global declaration section comes. Then class declaration and method definition section is there. After that, we have to write the main function, as it is a main in every program. Then we have to write the method definition section. So these are the different section, and this is the standard structure of the C++ program. When we are going to write the program, we have to follow this standard structure. Now we will see the simple C++ program. First, hash include iostream.h. Here the header file is written. After that, int main we have written, means this is the main function. Then open the bracket, then cout statement. In cout statement we have written the hello word. Then we close the bracket of the main function. So this is the simple program of the C++. Now we'll see the different data types in C++. First, primary data type, in which it consists of int, float, char and void. Second, user defined data type. It consists of structure, union, class, enumeration. And third, derived data type, array, function, pointer and reference. So these are the different data types. So why we use the data types in C++ or any programming language, as depending on the data type, it will occupy that particular memory space in a memory, and it will store that data type. If we consider the integer, it will store the number. If we consider the float, then it consists of the number having the decimal point. Okay, so these are the different data type we are going to use in a programming language, also in a C++. Now we'll see the variable scope. So what is a scope? A scope is a region of the program, and broadly speaking there are the three places where variable can be declared. Okay, so first, inside a function or a block in which local variables. So first we declare the variables in a inside function, it is called as a local variable. Second, in the definition of function parameters, which is called as a formal parameters. So when we write the function, inside the bracket of the function we can write the variables, it is called as a formal parameters. And third one, outside of all functions, which is called as a global variables. So these are the three scope of the variables we are going to follow when we writing the program, depending on the accessibility of that variable. Now see the example for local variables. Here we have written hash include iostream.h. Then in main function we declare the variable int a comma b semicolon int c. So these are the variables we declare inside the main function. So it is called as a local variable declaration. Now for this variable, that is a, we assign the value 10, and for the b variable we assign the value 20. It is called as a actual initialization, that is the actual value of the a. 10 and the 20 are the actual value of a and b respectively. Now c is equals to a plus b. Here we are performing the addition, and that addition is going to store in a c variable, and by using the cout statement we are displaying the c. Okay, now we are returning the 0 as int main. Return type is the integer, so from this we are return 0. Then output comes, output is equals to 30. So here a, b and c, these variables declare inside the main function, so it is called as a local variables. Now we will see the global variables. Here again one program is there in which we first statement write hash include iostream.h. After that we declare the one variable int g semicolon. See here, this variable is outside the function, so it is a global variable. As it is a global variable, it can access anywhere in a program. Now see, in a main function local variable declaration is there int a comma b. These variables are inside the main function, so these are the local variable. Then for these two variable, a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 20. Two values we assign, so it is called as a actual initialization. Again same procedure we are doing. G is equal to a plus b. C, g is declared outside the main function, but it is declared as a globally, so it is accessible in a function also. So g is equals to a plus b, and by using the cout we are printing the g and returning 0. So output is what? It is the 30. So it is called as a global declaration of variable. Now next topic we are going to see, that is the operators. There are different types of the operators in C++. By using these operators we can write the C++ programs. So these operators are arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operators, bitwise operators and assignment operators. So one by one we are going to see the just introduction of these operators. Now see the example. It is the example for the arithmetic operators. There are the different types of the arithmetic operators. Okay, so addition, that is a plus sign, subtraction, minus signs, multiplication, division, incrementation and decrementation. These are the very basic operators we are using, and it is called as a arithmetic operators. Now see, in a program we include the header file hash include iostream.h. After that hash include conio.h. Then in main function we declare the variable int a comma b comma c. By using the cout statement, here we write the enter the value for a and b. So we are taking the value of a and b from the user. By using the cin statement we are reading the value of a and b. Then we have written c is equals to a plus b. So here we are performing the first operation, that is the addition, by using the arithmetic operator plus. Then after we are printing the c. Second, c is equals to a minus b. Here second arithmetic operator we are using, that is the minus, or performing the operation subtraction. Then c is equals to a into b. Here arithmetic operator multiplication we are using. Next, c is equals to a divided by b. Here we are performing the division operation by divide operator and printing the c. Then c is equals to a plus plus. Here incrementation of a is done by 1, that is plus plus 2 times, it means it will increase the value of a by 1. Same, c is equals to a minus minus. Here we are performing the decrementation operation by minus minus. When we write a minus minus, it will decrementation of a by 1. So these are the basic arithmetic operators, and we perform these operations. So this is the program for the arithmetic operators. Now we are going to see the relational operators. So what is the relational operators? It will show the relation between the two values. There are the operators like greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, equals to, or not equals to. These are the different relational operators. Now see in a program, first we include the header file iostream.h, then second header file hash include conio.h. Then in main function we declare the variable int a comma b. Now a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 13. So first relational operator we are using if a is less than b. So it will print a is less than b if the condition is true. Second, if a is greater than b. If a is greater than b, then it will print a is greater than b. Next, if a is less than equals to b. If the condition is true, then it will print a is less than or equal to b. Next, if a is greater than equal to b. If condition is true, then it will print a is greater than or equal to b. Next, if a is equal to b. If a and the b's values are equal, then condition is true, then it will print a is equals to b. And the last operation we are doing if a is not equals to b. So if the condition is true, that is a is not equal to b, that time it will print a is not equal to b. So these are the this is the program for relational operator, and these are the different relational operators in C++. Now we will see the different logical operators. Again there is the relation between the two values or the two variables. There are the AND operator, OR operator. Okay, so we'll see the program. Hash include iostream.h, then hash include conio.h, then void main. Then here we declare the variable int a comma b. Then we are written a is equals to 12 and b is equals to 10. Assignment of the values to the variable. If a and b, if the condition is true, then it will write condition is true. If a or b, if the condition is true, then it will print condition is true. Then a is equals to 0, b is equals to 10. If a and b, if condition is true, then it will display condition is true, else condition is false, then it will display condition is not true. Then if not a and b, if the condition is true, either not a b, then it will display cout condition is true. So these are the logical operator, AND operator, OR operator, and not AND operator. Okay, so these are the logical operators. Now we are going to see the bitwise operators. In C++, bitwise operator perform operations on integer data at the individual bit level. These operations include testing, setting, or shifting the actual bits. These operators are necessary because the arithmetic logical unit, that is the ALU, present in the computer's CPU carries out the arithmetic operations at the bit level. So that we required these bitwise operator. These are AND, OR, bitwise NOT, bitwise XOR. These are the different bitwise operators that we are going to learn. Now we'll see these operators. Suppose there are the two variables a is equals to 60 and b is equals to 30. Now in binary format they will be as follows. A is equals to 0011 1100, that is the binary for 60, and b is equals to 0000 1101. These are the binary number for 30. Now first we'll see the bitwise AND operator. So what is a bitwise AND operator? It takes two numbers as operands and does AND on every bit of two numbers. The result of AND is 1 only if both bits are 1. Okay. Now second, A or B, that is a bitwise OR. It takes two numbers as operands and does OR on every bit of two numbers. The result of OR is 1 if any of the two bits is 1. Next, bitwise XOR operator. It takes two numbers as operands and does XOR on every bit of two numbers. The result of this is 1 if two bits are different. Okay. And next one, bitwise NOT operator. In this, it takes one number and inverts all bits of it. So these are the different bitwise operators. Now we see the assignment operator. An assignment operator in the context of the C programming language is basic component denoted as assignment, that is equal to same as in a C++ also. So int x is equals to 25, x is equals to 50. So we are assigning these operator to the x value by using the assignment operators. Now we are going to learn the functions. We just see the introductory part of the functions. Afterwards we are going to see in a detail. So what is a function? Function is a set of statement to perform some tasks. So it is a set of statement. Every C++ program has at least one function, which is the main. So each and every program in a C++ having the main function, as it is a main because when the program compile and run, the compiler or control takes place from the main function, and all the most trivial programs can define additional function. So with the main, it's have its own additional function. Next, syntax of the function. So what is the syntax? It is a standard format to write that particular program. So in a syntax, first we have to write the return type, then name of the function and the parameters. After that, function body we have to write. So when you are going to write the function, you have to follow this standard syntax. Now when we are going to write the function, we have to follow the three statement, that is a declaration of the function, defining the function and calling the function. These are the three important statements that we have to follow, and these statements have its particular location in a program. So we'll see in a program. See in a program there is first written hash include iostream.h. Here we declare the function with return type int, name of the function is sum, and the parameters are int x comma int y, and this statement after that semicolon is there. So it is after the header file and before the main function. It is called as a declaration of the function. So declaration of the function is takes place here. It is the location. Now in a main function we have declared the variable int a is equals to 10, int b is equals to 20. Now int c is equals to sum a comma b semicolon. So it is called as a calling the function, and it is takes place within the main function or inside the main function or in a body of the main function. After that we are printing the c, means whatever the sum after calling the function, what is the result is there, it is going to store in a c variable, and that variable we are printing. Then close the body of the main function. Then int sum in bracket int x comma int y. It is called as a defining the function. It is outside the main function, and in the body of the sum we are returning the x plus y. Here we are performing the addition, and when it returns, it come control over here and it will show the result. So output is 30. So these are the three statements we have to follow when you are going to write the function. Now calling the function. It is an important statement in a program. Functions are called by their names, of course. If the function is without argument, it can be called directly using its name. But for function with arguments, we have two ways to call them. First one is the call by value and second one is the call by reference. So these are the two ways by using we can call the function. Now we'll see these operators. Suppose there are the two variables a is equals to 60 and b is equals to 30. Now in binary format they will be as follows. A is equals to 0011 1100, that is the binary for 60, and b is equals to 0000 1101. These are the binary number for 30. Now first we'll see the bitwise AND operator. So what is a bitwise AND operator? It takes two numbers as operands and does AND on every bit of two numbers. The result of AND is 1 only if both bits are 1. Okay. Now second, A or B, that is a bitwise OR. It takes two numbers as operands and does OR on every bit of two numbers. The result of OR is 1 if any of the two bits is 1. Next, bitwise XOR operator. It takes two numbers as operands and does XOR on every bit of two numbers. The result of this is 1 if two bits are different. Okay. Now we'll see call by reference. Reference means what? We are passing the address. So see in a program we include the hash include iostream.h header file. Then we function declaration. See void swap int %x comma int %y comma. This is called as a function declaration. Here we are ampersand means it taking the address of that value. So it is a call by reference. So we are taking the address. In a main function we declare the two variables int a is equals to 100, int b is equals to 200. Declaration and the assignment of the values. It is called as a local variable declaration. We are printing before swap value of a and before swap value of b and calling the function swap a comma b. Again we are printing after the swapping, after swap value of a, after swap value of b and returning 0. Now see output before swap value of a is equals to 100 and before swap value of b is equals to 200. After calling the function, value of a becomes 200 and value of b becomes the 100. Here we passing the address of that values, that is the variable, instead of actual value. So it is called as a call by reference. Now we'll see the next data type, that is arrays. It is also the very important data types. Array is defined as a set of homogeneous data items. Homogeneous means same type of the data. Either you can store all the integer value or character value or string value or float value, etc. An array is a group of elements that share a common name that are differentiated from one another by their positions within the array. So it is a set of elements, but it is stored within the or in a same common name. It is a data structure which allows a collective name to be given to a group of elements which all have the same type. Now see the syntax: data type, array name and the array size. So here we have to declare what is the data type is there, name of the array and size of the array. Okay, the array which is declared as above is called as a single dimension array. Now see example: float salary 10. Float, it is the data type, salary, it is the name of the array, and 10, it is the array size, it is the integer value. The size of an array must be an integer constant and data type can be any valid C++ data type. Okay, means size of the array should be integer because you are going to store the 10 elements, 5 elements, 50 elements, 100 elements, that is the integer value. But data type should be any, that is you can either store float or integer or double or char or the string. So this is a simple example, that is a float salary 10. Float is the data type, salary is the name, and size is the 10. That is, you can store the 10 elements in that array. Now we see how the initialization of the array takes place. In C++, elements of an array can be initialized one by one or using a single statement. Now see, float balance 5. It is consist of the 1000.0, 2.0, 3.4, 7.0, 50. These are the elements in the array. The number of values between these braces, that is the brackets, cannot be larger than the number of elements that we declare for the array between the square brackets. Means in a square bracket we declare the 5, and this element should not be greater than 5. That is the size of the array. Now see in a diagram, balance here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the index, or it is a location where the elements in the array are stored. So first is located at the 0th location, second number is at the first location, third number is at the second location, fourth number is at the third location, and fifth number is at the fourth location. So these are the location or the initialization of the element, or how elements are stored in a array. Now there are the different advantages of C++. First, C++ is relatively low level and is a system programming language. So it is a system programming language. Second, it has a large community. So because of the large community, it is the advantageous. Next, it has a relatively clear and mature standard. Okay. Next, modularity. Okay, we follow the modularity while developing the C++ programs. Next, reusability and readability. So these are the different advantages through which the C++ become the powerful language. Now see, int pointer IP, that is pointer to an integer, double pointer DP, that is pointer to double, float pointer FP, that is pointer to float, and char pointer ch, that is pointer to character. So this is the way how can you create or declare the variable of pointer type. Now we'll see what is the use of pointer in a C++. There are few important operations which will do with the pointers very frequently. We define a pointer variable, then assign the address of variable to a pointer. Okay, we have to assign the address to the variable. We can do this. Next, finally access the value at the address available in the pointer variable. So to access the value by using the pointer variable, whatever the pointer variable you create, and it store the address. This is done by using the unary operator asterisk. It is called as a asterisk, that returns the value of variable located at the address specified by its operand. So it is how we can use the pointers in C++. Next important topic in a C++, that is strings. The following declaration and initialization create a string consisting of the word hello. To hold the null character at the end of the array, the size of the character array containing the string is 1 more than the number of characters in the word hello. Now see how can we declare the string. First method, char greeting 6 in HELLO, and last one is the null character. So in this, character is the data type, greeting is the name of the array, 6 is the size of the array, and here as it is a character, it consists of in a single quote, then comma, e in a single quote, comma, l l o, and the last character is 0, bracket complete and the semicolon. And second method, char greeting is equals to hello, it is the string. So this is the way you can use the strings in C++. Now see, variable HELLO0 array, index started with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here address. So for the 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 is the address. Second, so these are the addresses of this variable, how the store in arrays. Next important topic, that is the file handling in a C++. It is a very useful. File handling concept in C++ language is used for store a data permanently in computer. Okay, so whatever the data we store in a computer, it is formed in the file. Either it is a Word file, Excel file, PowerPoint file, Paint file, Notepad file, etc. Using file handling, we can store our data in secondary memory, that is in a hard disk. Why we use the file handling? For permanent storage. Second, the transfer of input data or output data from one computer to another can be easily done by using the files. These are the uses why we are, or this is the concept why we are using the file handling in a C++.